Hello, everybody. We're back. Week 8, right? I never really remember what week it is. Week
Seven.
8,
Like,
yeah.
well, this is week 8
Yeah,
upcoming.
going into week 8, 7 weeks down. Nick lost again. Alexi lost again. So everything's going as normal. Um, yeah, we have Braden back this week. He's peeing
I was
right
back
now,
last week.
but oh, there he is. We
I'm
missed
done
him a
peeing.
lot. Wait, were you here last week, Braden?
No,
No,
he
with
wasn't.
Willie. Yes, I was
Oh,
with
Oh
William.
yeah, he was. So yeah,
I
oh, yeah.
that
wasn't.
was William. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
Never
you
mind.
just
I did it. I recorded that episode in a Goodwill parking lot.
well,
Yes, yes.
you're just not very memorable.
No, you are Braden.
It's okay.
The
Nick
fans
is
were
just
not happy when
upset
Braden
because
was
he's one
gone.
and six.
Yeah, Nick just loses. It's
No, I've reached acceptance. It was like the stages of grief. So I went through denial. That was the week that I had my rant. I think last week was anger. Um, that was definitely a week I was depressed, and now I've reached acceptance, which Uh, if Anthony can tell you because he sent me a trade and he goes, Anthony, what did you say?
I'll read it. I don't remember what I said. Um, which one? Which like?
It was something along the lines of
Oh, you're just
you're
gonna
not.
keep your same team the whole year and just one game, aren't you?
And I think I replied something like, "Yep, my team's just I got 9 flexes and it's not good." And I'm
Yeah,
So
you probably should have made a trade or two instead of just accepting it.
that
he's
thing. That was my
impossible to trade with.
thing. It was like I couldn't pair two of those guys for a better one because they weren't good enough. Because
Well,
people
they're
had,
good enough to beat you. So,
and then
Braden, you have
the one
anything to say before we
they
get into
got
the
hurt.
matchups?
I don't want to talk.
Uh, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm just ready to jump into the
All
matchups. I'm
right. Well,
excited
we do have a
for
guest.
second half of the year. Oh yeah, let's go.
We have a guest appearance, everyone, at in about 10 minutes. So let's get through the matchups and then it'll be perfect time. So we're gonna start. Um last week's matchups. Braden, you're gonna start with me versus Nick. And then Nick, you're gonna do Carter versus Mike. Braden, the floor is yours.
Oh man, this was a barn burner. Um, except for Nick's team wasn't very good this week. Um, and I was interested to watch this game because it came down to Monday night. Nick had the San Francisco defense against Minnesota, and I think they needed 20 points. I think they needed 20 points to win. And San Francisco's done that like 50% of their weeks or something like that. Um, so I thought Nick actually had a shot in this one. Um, it was unfortunate that they didn't get that done. Also, very unfortunate that Nick started beating on this week, and apparently he was like not going to play the whole time, and Arthur Smith just didn't want to tell anybody.
I think I
Um,
lost. Like I would have started Daryl Henderson and
Well, Braden,
I
why don't you talk about the guy across from Bijan Robinson?
that is true. Anthony, I mean, was right on the money with
That was Tony.
greasing up those get ribs, get whatever you said. It was,
35-0 for
what?
didn't he score when they were down 35-0 in the fourth quarter?
Did.
Hey, it doesn't really matter. It still counts all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just looked good the whole season. He just hasn't really got the opportunities. Because even the one game when Montgomery missed, he still had 17 carries, and he just didn't get thrown the ball, and he didn't get a touchdown. So like, he didn't have a good fantasy day, but he still got the ball a bunch. Um, and
Anthony,
so now that they've seen that he just produces, I feel like they're going to give him the ball more, even when Montgomery comes back. But we'll see. Tyreek Hill is hurt though. He didn't practice at all today, and I didn't really know what was up. I didn't see any updates, but that's a concern for Anthony. But
He's
I mean,
fine.
Anthony's
It was
just
just a
carried by
hit.
can we talk about
He-
yeah,
Anthony's defense that
Anthony's defense.
let up 450 yards and 38 points and still got 16 fantasy points?
Best defense in
Yeah, that's
football.
kind of wild. It just like doesn't make sense. Like if I'm looking at these two, Anthony's team, his defense let up how many yards? 450 yards and 38 points and got 16 fantasy points. Nick's defense let up 450 yards, but only 22 points, and you got 2. It's just defenses are a little too.
I've been in standard scoring. I think Cleveland's defense still got like 16 or 17 points. Like,
I mean, they scored a touchdown. They had 3 turnovers and a blocked field goal. Like they had a good game in terms of getting like statistics, like other than yards and points allowed. But I still think that that's crazy. I just think defensive points in general, we need to go to standard. So like start at 10, and
yeah,
I think it'll be better. But
Yeah. Well,
think it's
we
yeah, we
gotta
can-
go to the next matchup, but I'd like to say,
yeah.
Graham, would you like to take back any comments that maybe my team peaked too early or just-
No, only because you beat Nick.
but I was a very good week.
I mean, Calvin
Not
Ridley's
like-
horrible.
No,
You don't have a tight end.
I disagree.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
disagree all you
tried to
want,
trade
but
me
like,
I
today, and I
disagree.
told him
Calvin Ridley is gonna be
He's-
fine. The targets are there, and that's all that matters.
he had 4 targets.
I'm aware of it. 8, 8, 7, and like 4. Like that's all right. They took shots. He had 3 shots.
I-
He catches one of them. I'm not
I
concerned.
told Anthony that he tried to trade me Calvin Ridley today, and I told him he would be the 6th best wide receiver on my team.
And I laughed in class out loud because Nick's a clown. But it's whatever. Next matchup, Braden, Carter, and Mike. Not Nick. Carter and Mike.
Who? Carter and Mike? Oh,
Yeah, you gotta do it a little quicker than the last one.
really changed his name after like 3 years of Saquads to Pile of Garbage, which is exactly what his team is. I can't fathom that he has more wins than me. His team is atrocious. Carter's team wasn't that much better. But he got 26 points from his defense and 43 from Lamar Jackson. So that kind of led him to an easy win over the Pile of Garbage.
Hey, Braden, if Mike's a pile of garbage, what is Nick?
Sorry, what was that? I was
If
talking to my
Mike
mom.
is a pile of garbage, then what does that make Nick?
Nick is a slightly larger and smellier pile of garbage. Would be
Okay.
my estimation.
I'm calling Mike out again. He still won't start Cousins.
He just
Oh
hates
yeah, no, okay. I was actually looking at this today. This man dropped 40 fab on whoever's quarterback is. I don't even know who it is.
Jared
But
Goff.
he dropped 40 fab on Jared Goff when he has the number 4 overall quarterback in Kirk Cousins. Like, what
He's
are
done
you
it
doing?
He's done it every week except for 2.
Doesn't make any sense. Like, he's so good.
There was 2 touchdowns
Yeah.
every week.
It really doesn't make any sense, Mike.
He could have won this week if he started Kirk Cousins and like maybe one of his other his bench did really well. His bench probably scored more than the rest of Carter's team.
Well, it's a good thing he traded all those guys for giving up more J's. Okay.
Yeah.
Nick,
Keenan Allen did good. He got 9.5
30 seconds
points.
here.
No, that's it. I mean,
Good. I'm gonna do Ben versus. No, I like doing Paul's. I'm gonna do Paul versus Connor. Paul, I love you, Paul. I've been your guy, been your backbone, your supporter. 76 points. It's really bad.
why can't I play Paul every week?
The fact that Connor, who I needed to lose in my division, won and scored 101 points, and he won by 30 points just about, really pissed me off. Paul had a bad bye week. I'll give him that. He doesn't have Jefferson, and Cooper Kupp had his worst game in what, like 3 years, guys? When's the last time we saw Cooper Kupp have 2 catches?
That's true.
Yeah, years ago.
That like does not happen. And so he needs his running backs to come back, and they will. He got the buyout early.
No buys.
Paul, we gotta find a better quarterback. I know Love put up 21, but there's there's got to be someone better out there.
There aren't any better quarterbacks.
Actually, yeah, y'all have a lot of. I agree. I have Baker.
A Stroud, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, quarterback's gonna suck this year.
Paul, Paul, you should start Kenny Pickett this week against Jacksonville.
I don't hate that.
Okay,
all right.
Jason.
Well, bad week for Paul, but he'll be fine. I think that finds him. Connor, terrible week for you too. Kind of got away with one. But that's what it is.
Hit my playing.
Also, Connor, I'm more athletic than you, and I would
That
in basketball.
It's not true. I'll say no to that.
Connor's fat. Connor lost so many. Connor can't beat me in basketball.
He can beat you in Rocket
think-
League. Though.
I think you guys should do a 40-yard dash.
That's not athleticism.
Oh, okay.
I'm just better at sports. All right, Braden, dude, Justin, and my dad. Very good match.
I'm gonna do Alexi and William
Nick.
because that's the one I've been looking at.
Okay, Alexi.
And I just wanted to give my condolences to Alexi. I'll say this. I want this on the record. Alexi has the best 1 in 16. I'll say it. I mean, I think he sent the text in. He sent the text in that he would have beaten every single person in the league except for William, which is true.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. Because he had a good week this week. Jalen Hurts is finally getting it together. Saquon's back. AJ Brown. I don't know if you guys have seen AJ Brown, but he's been on an absolute tear. He's wide receiver 3 right now. Kittle did good. Everybody's just doing good on his team. And now it looks like Kareem Hunt will be able to start, so that should secure his running back 2 spot. He just ran into a powerhouse in William. I mean, you look at William, his first 2, I guess first 3, because he goes Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, and then Brian Robinson. And this is the perfect time for the Brian Robinson update of the week. He had 23 yards and a rushing touchdown for 8.3 points on the season or the week.
Still healthy, still not shot.
Still healthy, still not shot, still running and chugging along. But Williams' team is starting to scare me a little bit because Dallas Goedert has really come along. He's had a couple pretty good weeks in a row, and I feel like that was his big weakness was his tight end kind of sucked. But like DJ Moore and Jacoby Myers, that might be like the steal of the draft. He's been so good this year. He's wide receiver 12. Wow, that's crazy. I don't even know if he drafted him. That's wild. But Williams' team is looking good. He's got T. Higgins coming back, and I feel like T. Higgins is going to turn it around just with the Bengals offense finally getting going. But yeah, good matchup here. Hopefully there's better days ahead for Alexi. But yeah, Williams' team looks like it's top notch so far.
All right. I think it was funny for Alexi that like he knew he was bad and like he never really got upset about it. And then like there was always like just the breaking point. And this week was the breaking point where he was just like, what the fuck? Like I just cannot win. Like, he never really cared, and he finally like he could tell it got to him. I'm gonna do Justin and my dad real quick. A really good matchup, probably the closest match of the week, I think it was. Justin squeaked the win out by 4 points over Dave.
Dad was close. He had Jordan Addison.
Yeah, Dave made a push late, made Justin sweat out a little bit on Monday night, which just makes me happy to picture Justin sweating it out. Justin won. But I mean, basically just Travis Kelce, but that's why you draft him. Is he's just so good.
I lost this matchup for Dad. I'll say it. He asked me before the game started, Rashee Rice or Aaron Jones, and I told him Aaron Jones.
Dude, why would he ever ask you?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Whatever Nick says, do the opposite. I mean, how do you win a game when your tight end difference is 30 points? Everything else has to go perfect. Like that's insane.
Yeah, that's
tough. But yeah, both teams are. I don't like Justin's team. Dave will be fine. Justin Taylor's. I think this was the week that you started seeing it. And I think Taylor's gonna start being like Jonathan Taylor. But yeah, was that all of them? Oh, we have one more. Then I'm gonna let our guest in. So Braden or Nick, why don't you do Ben Braden real quick?
Well, Ben continues to start just piss poor quarterbacks and I cannot believe he has more wins than me, and he's starting Josh Dobbs at quarterback.
Nick said that 3 times about 3 different people.
I mean, it should just, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep talking about my. Ben lost this one. Hey, Braden, you scored 16 less points. Your defense scored 16 less points, and you still won. So
Yeah, but his running backs combined for 8 points. So
Braden having Alvin Kamara and watching the Saints just throw to Alvin Kamara on every single play for absolutely no yards is the most frustrating, stupid thing. Derek Carr should be benched.
So Jameer Gibbs and Josh Jacobs have second most targets by a running back per game at like 5.5, and Alvin averages like 11. It's stupid. Like he averages twice as many as the second most, and he doesn't even get any yards. It's so funny.
Remember when Nick was complaining that, like last week, basically saying that like PPR was stupid, that he shouldn't get points in PPR league for points per catch?
Yeah.
No, I said you should get. I said you should get points per meaningful catch, like a first down.
So Braden, after every thing, they're gonna have a new guy official that is just for fantasy, and he'll be like, "Was this a meaningful catch?" And then they'll go review it. And then,
What?
yeah,
No,
that'd be easy to track.
All of Alvin's
just
I think all of Alvin's are meaning
about half a point for a regular catch, and then half a point for a first down. But then when you actually get a good catch, it's 1. If you get a stupid catch,
That's stupid. You're just cranky. Just stop being a pussy.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
Braden
works in our
won.
great.
We're gonna end this segment. I just like also before I let our guest speaker in, I would like to say that sometimes you just have seasons that nothing can go right. Nick, your team can't win. Your second round draft pick just got arrested 2 days ago.
He's out of jail.
Yeah.
He's fine.
All right. So everyone, our guest speaker, he might have autism. This is like a little make-a-wish thing. We talked about this earlier. I don't know what he's going to talk about. This is going to be very interesting and entertaining. Carter Moran, everyone.
Yay.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Carter.
And he's connecting. And Carter? I don't like how
Hello?
I can see y'all's faces. Can I see y'all's faces? Carter.
Hey guys,
There he is. There he is.
odd today.
Carter, the next 5 minutes, the stage is yours. Questions, comments, concerns, talk about your team, the league. We're here.
Stage is mine. Wow, that's a lot of pressure. I'm feeling good this year. My team's pretty strong in the starting lineup. I'm feeling good. Last week we had another unfortunate loss by Alexi's team. Really got to feel for that guy. Starting to get rough for him. But can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Let me go to my
Carter, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah,
How do you feel that you've scored less points than me this year? And
I
you're somehow
think we sat this year, and I think it just comes down to the game plan for each week. My team gets out what they need to last week. I had a lot of starters out last week, and we still managed to pull through. So,
Yeah.
Carter, I've got a question for you. If you had to trade your entire team for one of the 1-6's team, which team would you rather have? Knicks or Alex?
I think I got to go with Nick. I think that's an easy choice.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Knicks team, and then what do you think your odds are? Like if
I think we lost Braden. Dang, I really wanted to hear the end of that question.
Oh, I'm back.
He's back. Guys, Braden is doing
What do you
this
think your
podcast
odds
under
are?
a bridge somewhere. So
I'm sorry.
What?
You're 5-2, Carter. Okay, so you've got Nick's team now, and you're 5-2. What are your odds of winning the championship?
Winning the championship with Nick's team? Let me look at Nick's team.
Yeah.
in the words of David Jones, slim. There's slim to none, and Slim just left half an hour ago with Anthony's cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
I
think
think
actually, I don't know. I don't know if that's a championship team right there.
Okay.
For me, all it's
Do you-
about is getting to the playoffs, and I've made it to the playoffs the last couple of years, so I'm feeling good.
So Carter, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Seems year after year, you
Mhm.
have a pretty good fantasy team. When you're competitive, things are good. And year after year, you fall short. And some people said that's kind of where Alexi was for a while there. Why can't you get over the hump? And what are you doing this year to get over the hump? Anything different?
That's actually a good question. Yes, I drafted my team a little differently this year. In the past, I've had behavioral problems with my team. Had a couple players that punched some women, a couple players that, with a little booze cruise 100 miles an hour and got into
Elaborate on that. Which players are that?
Henry Ruggs, Kareem Hunt, Philip Lindsay, just a couple of names over the last couple of years. But
real
we gotta get through out there this year. It's a good locker room. I think Adam Thielen's really a locker room guy too. So
For the people that don't remember, I think it was Carter needed, was it in the playoffs, I believe? Needed what, 1 point out of
first round I lost
33?
Kareem Hunt, and then I needed like 5 points to beat Mike in the championship, and Philip Lindsay punched somebody in the first quarter on like Monday night.
And he got 0 on all-time bad beat.
That's what
So
we this
Carter,
year.
like in an actual funny way, because like William was making jokes last week, like, yeah, locker room guys, like you actually needed guys that like
Oh
have
yeah,
better locker room issues because they actually lost you weeks a championship. That's wild.
but
Well, I'll give you the same opportunity I gave William last week. If you'd like to stay and finish the podcast with us and break down the matchups,
yeah, I'd love to stay, Anthony.
okay. So
I want to
so
say
we don't run out of time like last week. We have to do these kind
Carter.
of quick.
Wait. Carter, I'm looking at like the finishes for the last couple years. Carter's made the playoffs 5 years in a row with
I mean, I
two.
missed the playoffs like the first
second
3 years, made it every year since.
You missed it in 2015. You made it in 2016. And you missed it in 17, and then you've been in the playoffs every year since with 2 second-place finishes. You're also 3
Man,
ties all time. That's pretty
you just can't
impressive.
get over the hump, but maybe this year's the year.
We'll see.
All right, so matchups, everyone like we have about 12 minutes left. So maybe like 2 minutes a matchup, maybe less. No, wait, not 2 minutes a matchup. 45 seconds a matchup. And we'll do the rest of the show. Nick, why don't you start break with Dave versus Braden, and then Carter, you're gonna do Connor versus Ben.
Okay. Dave versus Braden. Battle of the Titans. Could this be our best matchup of the week? It might be. Yeah. This is it. No, actually,
William
William versus.
Carter. Yeah.
This one's close though. This is a great matchup. A lot of points. 150 to 142. That's a lot of points projected. There's no buys this week at all anywhere, which doesn't really make any sense since it was 6 last week. So everyone's at full strength. Braden's got a lot of Qs on his team.
Now we're
I
all
like
good.
I like his matchups. Ramondre against Miami, Kamara against Indy. Diggs is always good. He's got Jamar Chase back. Dad's got just 2 solid teams. He's got Jonathan Taylor, who's starting to go. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who just is a target machine against Vegas, and Addison has clearly taken over that team. I think this is a coin flip. I think it's all going to come down to like players like Raheem Mostert or Tyler Lockett, some of those secondary players if they can show up. But ultimately, I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to pick Braden in this one.
Okay.
Let's go.
Carter, you know they're saying it. Just pick who you have winning. No explanation.
And who?
Braden and my dad.
I'm gonna take Dave. I think Dave's been having a great season.
Braden.
Screw you. I got myself.
And Nick, real quick, I couldn't disagree with you anymore. You like his matchups. The only person that showed that he can slow down Tua, New England. Stevenson against probably going to be throwing a lot against Miami.
That's what we want.
Jamar Chase is going against the 49ers. Darren Waller is going against the Jets. And Lockett's going against Cleveland. Those are all top 3-4 defenses. So I'm going with Dave. I think Jonathan Taylor has a huge week. and along with St. Brown, along with Herbert. A lot of good matchups. Garrett Wilson against Giants. Give me Dave. Carter, go with your matchup.
Yeah, Ben Connor. I think I'm gonna go with Connor on this one. I think that Ben's players are sometimes pretty inconsistent. I think ETN and Nakua has a big week. Eckler has a big week, probably. Sam Howell's been playing good. I feel like a lot of Ben's players are just streaky. Sometimes they just don't put up any points.
Would you rather have Ben's team or my team?
I don't
Ben's
know.
team.
Thanks.
Who do you got winning, Carter?
I got Connor winning.
Oh, Nick. Okay. I'm gonna go with the underdog. I like Ben a lot this week. I think I really like Ben actually. So I'm gonna go with Ben. Braden,
I got Carter.
Nick, you have
Yeah, I'll take Connor.
Oh, so
Ben's
Connor.
got him. Connor's fat. I'm gonna do Nick first. Mike, this is our dumpster fire matchup of the week. Nick Jones, congratulations. Nick trying to get his first win.
No,
will
I have
say
a win.
it's First,
Win.
second win. I will look at no,
Right.
I won.
This is where it turns around. This is the week.
I'll say this. I think it's funny with Nick's team is 1-6. But if you I know it doesn't really mean that much. But projection wise, Nick is just projected the same amount of all the best guys but Braden. All those top winners, Nick has projected high and they all just suck every week. I love it. Because the best team, it's the definition of the best team on paper. You are officially reached that status.
Let's go. That's all
Um,
I wanted. I just wanted someone to say it.
but that being said, Nick will win this week. Mike's team is a mess. Nick, if you lose this one, I'm calling it. It's over. If you lose this one, it is over.
I mean, I think I'd probably be mathematically eliminated, but yeah.
But not even mathematically speaking, just morale. Just stop setting a lineup if you lose.
But hold on,
This
hold
is a
on.
cupcake.
But Jared Goff's playing Vegas. Pacheco's
I was
playing.
I don't
gonna-
care. I don't
I was
care.
gonna say
Yeah.
I actually kind of
Chicago.
like
I
Mike's
actually
team.
like Mike's team this week. I think I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
I'm gonna bet. You know what? Yeah, I'm picking
Yeah.
Mike.
I think Mike's
Yeah,
got a good
automatic
team.
loss.
I felt like I got
Mike's
kind of
gonna
lucky
win.
against Mike last week. He's got a good team.
All right. I'm on everyone on Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Braden, Paul versus Alexi. Another dumpster
I
fire.
realized
But
that
Nick's
Mike
next.
changed his name to Pile of Garbage.
Yeah, this is
Do it pretty
let me
quick.
see. Okay. Let's see. Love versus Hurts. I love Hurts this week. Saquon. I love Saquon over Mixon. Javante sucks, but so does Damian Pierce. AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp. Kupp's playing Dallas, so that's a tough matchup, and AJ Brown's been doing really well. Marquise Brown. Kyler might play this week. Fun little fact. But either way, he's playing Baltimore. That's a tough defense. So I like Pittman. TJ Hawkinson's been really good, especially with Jay Jettas out. I got Alexi in this one. It'll honestly be pretty close, but I think it's time for Alexi to get that second win. Now that Saquon is back healthy and Jalen Hurts has started playing better.
I agree, Alexi. Paul, partially you need Jefferson to get back soon, but that aside, really, really bad matchups for you all the way through. Mixon versus
Yeah.
San Fran, Cup against Dallas, Brown against Baltimore. Green Bay's pretty good against tight end and Hawkinson. Tough matchups for you. I'm going with Alexi.
I'm gonna go with Paul on this one. I'm just gonna reiterate what I've said before. I don't think Alexi's got any idea what he's doing this year. I think he's just lost it. And he's in his Thomas Haslam year. Maybe it's time for that guy.
There's nothing better than having Carter come on our podcast and just he starts shitting on Alexi. I love
I
it.
think Alexi should have taken that advice from me at the beginning of the year.
What was your
Should draft
advice?
Robinson.
We officially have 10 minutes, everyone.
All right.
I looked back the last couple weeks, and Alexi has gotten no less than 50 points out of AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts combined. In I think it's the last 6 weeks. They're just the two of them are on fire. They're both scoring 30 points a week.
Yeah, I think Alexi will get the win this week. Carter, I'm just curious. What was the advice that you?
Well, I just offered him some fantasy advice. Never got to give it to him because, he just didn't want to take it. But I mean, that guy's been
What would
advising for a while now. There's gonna be some traps advice, I guess, maybe, but
Okay.
I'm gonna do with that
Alright.
guy.
All right, Braden, you have Alexi.
Yeah.
Matchup of the week. Carter, I'll give you 30 seconds, just 30 seconds to say something about this matchup.
This matchup doesn't worry me, but looking at Williams' team, he's got a pretty good team. But I got all my starters back this week. I was able to pull off a win with some guys left, and everyone keeps hating on me on the pod, and I got a championship team right here, so I'm feeling really good. I'm confident in my team.
Are we hating on you? I didn't think.
I think I'm getting picked to lose every single week, guys. And
Wow.
bye week hears that, so don't think they don't hear it.
Yeah, because you have less points than 1 in 6 teams, so it doesn't really make sense.
It's about the weekly game plan, Nick.
Yeah, Nick, maybe you should get some better locker room guys.
We're game managing.
You're right. You're right. I should try to get some better locker room.
We're load
Yeah.
managing. So we're safe.
Well, I'll say this. I guess I'll do this matchup, but Lamar, if Lamar does what he did last week, then your team is very good. Because he looked insane. I think
One of
Derrick
the
Henry has a
times
big
when what
week.
Nick said about drafting the quarterback late, that one did pull out for me that time.
Yeah,
Drafting
that was
late.
one of the few that worked. Thielen was a great pickup. Swift, solid, and I'm sure. Hopefully, you listened when I did the apology to the league for you that I was wrong.
I heard it.
It took a lot, but I'll give you this, Carter. I love your team this week. I like your matchups. I'm not high on Williams' team. I I like Mahomes, McCaffrey, and B-Rob. I don't like DJ Moore. I don't like Drake London. Jacoby Myers has been great. I just don't think it's gonna I don't think he's gonna finish at 12. I don't like his team that much. If T. Higgins turns into T. Higgins, then I do. But I think Carter wins this week. I like the matchups he has. You guys?
I got William. Sorry, Carter.
I got probably William, but I haven't looked. I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, I just think that Lamar can hang with Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes always struggles against Denver. Every single year.
I
Did it
don't think
last
he's gonna
time.
struggle. I just think they're gonna
No.
run.
Not this year.
Okay,
Nobody's
he already
struggling
played him
against
this
Denver.
year. He already played him this year. He had his worst game of the year. Or second worst game of the year.
I
This
mean,
one's
he
gonna be-
threw 300
I got
yards
Carter.
and a touchdown.
I got Carter.
And
I
a
think
pick.
I got Carter. I think he's got a good game plan this week.
Yeah, great game plan by Carter. All right. And then Braden, why don't you do
You and Justin's last one?
Yeah, me versus Justin. I think it's the last one.
This one I think is going to be one of the closest of the weekend.
Big rivalry.
Big
This is a
rivalry.
big rivalry.
5
I mean,
rings in this matchup.
a lot of crap has been talked between these two guys. Also, I mean, what AJ? Are you 4-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-3 versus 5-2. I mean, I want Anthony to win because I need these 5-2 teams to keep losing.
Justin's team has more Qs than the queer community.
Wow. The thing that sticks out to me just
Carter
looking
liked
at
that
this
one.
is Anthony. Your tight end is projected 13.
He's not
less
gonna be my
points.
tight end. He's not gonna be my tight end. So
I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. Like
I got a plan.
Travis Kelce's projected
empty
20
spot.
points.
I'll be picking someone up that will get more
Anthony,
points. Than Travis Kelce.
if you need some bench players, I got plenty. You want if
No,
you
I'm
want
good.
them.
I'm good. I got a good bench. I got a RB2 on my bench, a wide receiver 2, another RB2. I got a great bench. Good.
Anyways, Justin's team, it is 5-2, but I don't think it's actually that good. He's had some injuries, like James Conner's hurt. He's also kind of carried by that random Dallas defense just scoring 50 points. He just won weeks because of that. I don't think his team's actually that
kicker
good.
also got cut.
His kicker did get cut, but hopefully he'll pick one up. I'm sure he will. Anthony, I think in order for you to win, I feel like I say this every week, but it's got to be Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. They got to do something.
Yeah. The
And
two late weaklings.
Pittsburgh's defense has looked really bad against quarterbacks and wide receivers. So I'm actually picking Anthony to win this week. Tyreek Hill is like an automatic 25 plus points. Jahmyr Gibbs and James Cook have started to look better. They've gotten more involved in the offenses, especially with Montgomery being out. Gibbs should like go off on Vegas on Monday night. So I got Anthony so long as his tight end doesn't get outscored by 30.
All
which could
right.
happen.
I have me as well. You guys.
I got Anthony this week.
I think I got you.
All right. I'd like to point out really quick. Where was it? Oh, never mind. Too deep in now. All right. Carter, do you know? Oh, we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Carter, do you know what time it is?
For me, it's 8:50.
No. What time it is in the podcast?
The Tony Pizza Pick FanDuel.
There it is. There it is. Ayo, I'm walking here. It's Tony's Pepperoni Pizza Penis Player Pick of the Week, everybody. Last week, I was eating with my bib. I was saucing up my ribs, and I was starting Jahmyr Gibbs. And I hit another one. Tony's hot. Nick's fantasy team, his hopes are starting to look like a pepperoni pizza that was just left in the oven too long, folks. It's burnt, and it's not tasty, and it's not good. You know what I'm saying, Braden?
No, I know what you're saying.
But fellas, it's a new week, which means it's a new player for Tony this week. And we're heading back up the East Coast. We're not going to where the people eat crabs this time. We're going to our lovely country's capital, the Washington Commanders. This ain't Black Void, but William Sherry, things are getting scary. Did somebody say scary? I'll show you scary, and his name is Mr. Terry Scary, everybody. Terry Scary McLaurin. Big week coming up. He's playing Philly. I'm taking 8 receptions, 142 yards, and a tutty. Lock it in. Scary Terry. Big week versus that depleted, not too good Philadelphia secondary. Back to you fellas in the studio.
Wow.
Wow. Thanks for that
Big-
pick, Anthony. Tony.
Big vote of confidence for Ben. Let's quickly jump into the player props. I don't know if you guys have looked at them yet.
We got a minute and 55 seconds.
I'm pretty sure I've hit like 6 weeks in a row. It's kind of crazy.
I think I'm
on a heater. I keep doing the Thursday night games. I don't actually remember what you guys did last week, but I'm going Dalton Kincaid over 37.5. Dawson Knox.
That was mine.
Oh, sorry.
That sucks. That's fine.
Carter, do you have one?
Can I just say I think he's getting a touchdown this week?
Who?
Yeah.
Wearing my Auburn shirt, I'm going for a Bama boy this week. I'm going for a Devontae Smith touchdown this week. It's been a couple weeks, and I think he gets back in the end zone against Washington.
All right. I like that. I'm playing him, but I like that a lot.
Anthony, I got one of your guys. I got Mike Evans over 56.5 receiving yards. Dude's a machine.
I like it. And I'm going to take, and this is the last time I'm going to take it if it doesn't hit, but I think it's going to hit this week. I'm taking Calvin Ridley's over in receiving yards this week.
Oh, nobody put the parlay in. It just lost.
This is the week, because if it doesn't happen this week for Pittsburgh, I'm officially out on Calvin Ridley.
I'm glad I don't have that guy on my team, Anthony.
Yeah, me too. I'd probably drop that guy.
Too.
All right. Well, everyone, it was a great week.
Hey, thanks for having me on this week, guys. This was the highlight of my week. So, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the week now.
We're really happy to have you. If anyone else wants to join the podcast for a week, just send me a little text, and we'd love to have you. We wish everyone a great week 8, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
See ya.